Hey YouTube fam, it's Mrs. Rains here. Just wanted to come at you with a video about some of my favorite finds as far as containers for your home. I like to store things in containers because it is easy for cleanup and I don't have to worry about things being sprawled all over the place. I'm very orderly and neat when it comes to things like that. And these are some items that have made my obsession a lot easier. As the title states, the items I'm going to show you are on the cheap. These are very affordable items, but they will make a big impact in your home. The first item that I'm showing you today comes from the dollar store. Yes, that's right, the dollar store. When I say dollar store, I'm referring to Dollar Tree. That is the one that is closest to me. I do shop at Dollar General, but not as often. So from the Dollar Tree, I got this green square container. I actually got a lot of different containers, and I got different sizes, but this is the one that's most prevalent. This particular container came from my linen closet. However, this is great for kids' storage of toys, of clothing items, small items like socks and undergarments, t-shirts, all those sorts of things. But this particular one came from my pantry. This is how I store my seasonings, sauces, and packets. You'll see here that I have sauces and packets. I also have some breadcrumbs, and back here, some croutons. These are like or similar items that can find their way all over the pantry, all over the floor, here, there, and everywhere if you do not keep them in a small container. This container is fairly rectangular in shape. It looks the same all the way around. The holes are not too big, so things do not find themselves slipping through or falling out. It's a very sturdy container. It has an edge for pulling it in and out of the pantry. And I love that I can kind of see what's in there if I'm glancing at it versus trying to figure it out just from some of the other containers that don't have the holes or don't have the visibility. But I appreciate the size, I appreciate how it's shaped, and that I can fit several of these on one shelf if I try. Again, this is for $1. I probably picked up 10 or 12 of these to do my entire small pantry. You can also, like I said, use this in children's rooms and etc. You can also use S-hooks. I've seen people on Pinterest use S-hooks and hang these with S-hooks in the holes at the top, and then that way you have another storage item in their closets or something like that. But this again came from my pantry. The next item I want to show you is also a Dollar Tree item, and it is this glass jar. This glass jar we are using for savings, as you can see written on the lid. I find loose change everywhere all over my house, and if you're like me, you are looking for a way to save that loose change and not misplace it and put it to the side so that you know you can watch it kind of grow. I like that this is glass because I can kind of see what's in there. We keep one jar in my bedroom and I keep one jar on the top shelf in my laundry room because believe me when I tell you, I find all types of loose change and money in my washer and or dryer on a regular basis. When I find that cash, I put it away. I believe in my household finders keepers. If I find it in the laundry, it now belongs to me and it goes in this jar. Once the jar is full, my husband and I will kind of decide what we want to do with the cash therein and how we want to go about with the cash in the future. You know, we've thrown around some ideas, but I'm just looking forward to seeing what that will be. And when I tell you, there's a lot of cash to be found in your couch cushions and, you know, laundry areas, all over the house, just laid here, there, and everywhere. My children know, my family knows, if you want to keep your money, you better take it to your bedroom. My husband and I have also committed to emptying our wallets and our pockets of loose change a few times a week and also putting in the jar. So that's another good way to watch your savings kind of grow. So I love this jar, $1 at Dollar Tree. The next item I want to show you, although it's two items, it counts for one. It's the very same item, but done in two separate ways. There's a square metal tray and a round metal tray. These are from the Dollar Tree for $1 each. That's right, $1. Now they're very thin and they're very flimsy for the most part, but they have a decent look when you put them in with a bunch of other items. No one will ever know that you purchased them from the Dollar Tree unless you tell them. I use these items all over my house. I have one in my bedroom that I use to hold all my perfumes. I have another, as you see, that I use in my living room for the remotes. This other round container that you see here, if you watched my video on bedside table, then you'll know that I keep a water bottle as well as 2 small glasses there for drinking at night. I also have used these in the past for other things, decorative ways to, put flowers, or decorative ways to maybe put certain items so that they don't look just plain. I am in love with these containers. I do think that they are kind of cheaply made, obviously, but even if I have to throw them away and purchase more, they're perfect for that. If you are hosting any kind of parties or gatherings where you need it to look nice for a centerpiece, but you don't have the budget to purchase more expensive looking items, these are perfect for that, because with dressed up with a little greenery and maybe with, flowers in the middle, it can be very, very pretty. So $1 at the Dollar Tree. Love these little trays. The next item that I want to show you is one that's a little more pricey. It is my IMSA water pitcher. This IMSA water pitcher is a hot cold pitcher, which means you can put hot items or cold items in. It is vacuum lid, and it does have thermal insulation. And what's wonderful about this is it keeps things hot or cold up to 24 hours. I have tested this out myself. This thing does exactly what it says it does. It is wonderfully constructed. I do think it could be difficult to find if you're not able to search around in your area. I was able to find mine at TJ Maxx. I've also seen them in Home Goods, and the one I purchased, I believe it's because the picture was white, which didn't bother me at all. But when I purchased it, it was around $5 in the clearance section. There was nothing wrong with it except for the packaging was a little bit torn up. But if you look online, these go anywhere from $19.99 on up to $32.99, depending on the size of your carafe. But it's definitely worth the purchase if you see it. That again is by IMSA, E-M-S-A. And it's one of the things that I really enjoy because I'm able to put hot or cold beverages in my bedroom, hours before, for my husband and I to enjoy in the evening. It's also good if you have somebody who is in bed sick. You can put this on a tray along with some tea bags and some sugar packets, and they're able to enjoy tea all day long without you having to go back and forth with hot water. And it is vacuum lid sealed, and it has a little button here to click to break the seal and be able to pour it out of the pitcher. It is waterproof, not waterproof, I'm sorry, spill proof, so that if the lid is screwed in and you have the button in the depressed position, then it is vacuum sealed, airtight, and you don't have to worry about anything getting in or out of this container, even if it's knocked over. So definitely worth the purchase if you find this at your TJ Maxx, Home Goods, or even if you find it at Marshall's. I think you can also find it on Amazon, but I wouldn't quote me on that. I think I've seen it on there when I was researching the price many moons ago, but I would double check and see if you can find it at any of your local retailers. This is my last and final item I want to show you. This is an acrylic container. This container actually mimics the glass containers that I have on my coffee bar. If you've watched my coffee bar video, you have seen the glass version of these. This one is acrylic and it's found at Michael's. Michael's had these for $12.99 a piece, but of course I used my 40% off coupon, and that brought the price down in the $8 and change range. What I would tell you about this acrylic container is that it is very durable. I haven't had any issues out of it. And what you see pictured in there are my bubble bars and my bath bombs. These are things I keep in my bathroom next to the bathtub in the master bathroom. Now, if you are like me and you share your bathroom with a man, your spouse, then you know that these things are prone to being bumped into and knocked over. They may question why you have such a thing, but when you have to have a bubble bath, you need your essentials close by. Also, this is a shameless plug for the next video. It would probably be bubble bath necessities, and so you will see this acrylic container again. But I wanted to share this because I wanted to have a glass container, and I realized with all the times of it being bumped into or knocked over that there was a high probability of something happening and there being glass on the floor in the bathroom. As you know, your bathroom is a barefoot zone, meaning that if there is glass or little shards of glass, it'll be, for one, hard to clean up because of all the nooks and crannies, and for two, it can be very uncomfortable when you want to be able to walk in there barefoot. I really discourage the use of glass containers in the bathroom unless you are very, very careful people. I don't want to put that type of bondage on my husband, so I decided to use acrylic. And as I said, this is a beautiful version of the glass version. It looks very similar. You'd have to go up and tap on it to be able to tell the difference. And I love the way the lid is made. It fits kind of inside the opening, so that way you can actually have somewhat of seal, and I don't have to worry about my bubble bath or bubble bars drying out or anything like that. And I really enjoy using this in the bathroom, and I only wish that they had more sizes than this larger size. There were only a few sizes left because when I saw it, obviously they were running low on inventory, but hopefully they still have these. I haven't checked here lately, but if I had my way, I would have a bunch of these in my bathroom, especially smaller ones on the sink to hold cotton balls and swabs. So be on the lookout if you see those, and always use your Michaels 40% off coupon in store. If you do not have access to the coupons in your mail, please pull them up on your cell phone and use them. They will allow you to do that at the register. So these are just a few of the things that I really enjoy as far as my containers that I use around my home. I hope you enjoyed this video. Put God at the head of all you do, and I'll talk to you guys on the next one.